Hello there. I've recently been playing Shantae Risky's Revenge on my iPod. It's a sequel to a 2002 game called Shantae, released on the Game Boy Color. The sequel was originally released on the DS, on DSiWare, in 2010, 8 years after the original. It's pretty impressive that they managed to get a sequel to a fairly unknown game, especially so much time later, but I'm glad they did because it is a very good game. In the game, you play as Shantae, a half-genie who's a guardian of Scuttletown, and also trying to obtain these 3 artifacts before the evil pirate Risky Boots does. As you can tell from that description, it's, well, not a very serious game, to say the least. The game has a lot of charm to it, something that a lot of games these days don't have. You know, it's very colourful and cartoony, and the characters have a lot of personality. It's really fun. The gameplay, it's basically a Metroidvania, which I think is a stupid name for a genre. For those that don't know, it's basically kind of an open world side-scrolling game where you can pretty much go anywhere, but there are limitations to where you can go until you gain abilities later in the game. And then going back to earlier areas with those abilities will unlock you additional abilities or items like health upgrades and the like. Shantae's main method of attack is whipping her enemies with her hair, and she also has 3 animal transformations by belly dancing. They are a wall climbing monkey, a powerful elephant, and a mermaid, which is obviously for swimming. I think the graphics are really good, and of course, like I said, they're very colourful. And there's a lot of really good animation in the game. Like, Shantae's movements are quite fluid, and the game's just very pretty, really. I'd say the only real downside to the game I can think of is, well, the touchscreen controls on the iOS version can be a little off at times. Like sometimes I'm trying to walk and I'll accidentally be crouching, and the dash back button, which is like a dodge move that I very rarely use, is right above the jump button, I believe, and I sometimes press that by accident, and I think once it knocked me into a pit. But it's not that bad overall. The other issue is it more comes from the genre than just poor game design. It's that a lot of the time it's not really clear where you're supposed to go. And some people might like that. Some people might say, oh, well, that's a part of the experience, you're supposed to figure it out yourself. I feel like the game might be a little more accessible if they had maybe a compass item or something you could obtain in the shop, in the game, and that would show you where to go. So it's there as an option if you want it, but if you don't want it, then that's fine, you can just go without it. I think that would be a really good addition for future games just of this entire genre, not just this series. I think it would help to make them a little more accessible. As well as being available for the iOS and DSiWare, the game also currently has a green light campaign going on for Steam. I'll include a link in the description, and I highly recommend you, in fact I implore you, please, even if you wouldn't buy the game, please just go on that page and vote yes, because it's a very good game series and I think it deserves more recognition than it gets. So if this could get on Steam, it would really help, especially if it ended up on WTF Is. That'd be awesome. The series has also got another installment coming up on the 3DS and supposedly one on the Wii U. It's not clear when either's coming out and not much is known about the Wii U version, but hopefully we'll be getting more information soon. So I highly recommend this game, especially the iOS version, since it's only a few quid. It's very cheap. You might be put off a little by the touchscreen controls. In that case, you should probably check out the DSiWare version. But, you know, either version works, and I hope this series does get more installments and finds more success than it's been getting, because it's a very underrated series and I really think it deserves a lot more attention. Also, I want Shantae in Smash Bros. 4. Make it happen, Nintendo. Make it happen.